here by my doctor, Dr. Tiffany Rogers, after I had my third back surgery for lumbar spine problems. She said that this was the place to go for learning how to retrain your abdominals to support your back for the long run, and to try to minimize the possibility that I would have to have more surgeries in the future. I think they're all very professional, and they all have your best interest at heart, and they tune into what's going on with your body. For me, the back trouble I have somewhat relates to the fact that I had had a knee replacement, and I've had knee issues since I was 12. And so I was hitching one hip to compensate for problems with that knee, which was throwing my spine off, which was helping to contribute to the additional problems with my spine. And I no longer do that. I've learned to stand differently. I've learned to try to pay attention to where my hips are in relationship to each other, and overcome that tendency which I had developed over a long time. I absolutely would recommend Ocean Point Physical Therapy. I believe that their approach, it builds your strength, it builds your confidence, it builds your ability to move. There are things I can do now that I haven't been able to do for years. Yesterday I was in the pool at my complex. I never get on a lounge chair. It's too low. I can't get off of it. I didn't even think about it. I was on and off that chair 3 or 4 times before it dawned on me that it's the first time in probably 7 or 8 years that I actually used a lounge chair and could function well enough to do that. So all the focus on getting these core muscles all around, all of them working, is really working for me. And I just think that I haven't had anything go wrong since I've been here. I haven't had any experiences where I went home and I was in pain and I couldn't do anything for a while that were induced by the treatment here. All the treatment has made me stronger, and I think that's what everyone's looking for. And when it became apparent that there was an imbalance, we discussed what were the potential causes for the imbalance and how to overcome them. So it was treat the whole body. Yes, it's focused on my back injury, but it's recognizing the relationship of other injuries to the way my back was functioning. So I think that's what everyone needs, a whole body approach. We had a lot of experiences where the therapy was sort of rote. This is how we do it for everybody, and I don't find that to be the case with Ocean Point Physical Therapy. And I was just very relieved and very happy when I started here, when they started me with very simple breathing exercises to start to work the core muscles, and then they gradually added other movement before I even got on the table. So to me, it was all about making sure that we were safe enough as we were evolving, and that as we got stronger, we evolved into stronger exercises. And I really like that. And I feel like my core is incredibly strong. So I'm very, very optimistic that this is something I can continue to do for the rest of my life to keep my back strong and to prevent me from having to have further surgeries in my future. I couldn't even be a passenger in a car for 30 minutes without having to get out, get up and walk, lie down, do something to counteract that condition. Now I can be in the car for about an hour to an hour and a half, and I'm okay. I can actually get out of the car, stand up, not be crippled. I used to get out of the car and look like a man on crutches, a little old lady completely bent over on my body, and it would take me 10-15 minutes to straighten out. That's not the case anymore. I sleep a lot better at night. I still have occasional nerve pain down my leg, which I'm going to have, but it's so much reduced from what it used to be. It's really amazing. The staff here are delightful, professional, young, vibrant, and they're just a lot of fun to interact with. And I think that they're very considerate, and they give you a heads up, they warn you about your appointments, they through messaging, and everybody in this facility is wonderful to work with.